The best bottles, in my opinion, for 2026. I wanted to do this like mid-year. I'm a little late on that. It's first week of August, so I'm going to share with you guys what I feel to be the best bottles of 26. And I think there's a theme here. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to Brutally Honest Bourbon. So today I just wanted to share with you guys a pretty big handful of bottles that I've found so far this year that I would consider my favorite of 2026. But I feel like this year is the year of oak impact. Several of these bottles that I'll show you lean heavier in oak impact than their predecessor before, if they're a common release batch product. A few of them you may or may not be able to get your hands on. A couple of them you will be able to. So at no certain real particular order here, we'll just go through these. I've got them randomly lined up over here. We'll talk a little bit about them. I don't think any of them will come as a surprise to you. I just wanted to share them with you guys and obviously get your thoughts in the comments on what you think will end up being Whiskey of the Year for 2026. We've got a long ways to go. We haven't seen the King of Kentuckys. We haven't seen the GTSs, the William Lewis Wellers. There's still several to be released from other brands. There's a heavy hitter from one of my favorites that'll be coming out. So that one will be able to be considered as well. But let's just get into this, talk a little bit about it, see what we think. First and foremost, this Old Zach. So we did the best 10 years. Brandon Green and I did. And this 10-year Barton from Old Zach that was picked by my girl Michelle at Heritage was an absolute banger. Heavy hitter, full of flavor, a lot of oak impact. But I don't really consider that in the oak impact conversation that I'm talking about. You'll see what I'm talking about there. But I really like what Old Zach's doing. We just got back from Austin, Texas, and I picked up two other Old Zachs out there. One was a wild turkey that had been double oaked in a buff turkey barrel. Delicious. And the other one was a 12-year Barton. I don't have the bottles with me. They're at my friend's house in Mobile. He drove them back for me, so I've got to pick them up. But that 12-year was magnificent. Again, heavily oak impacted, which is something that I like. Old Grandad 114, these single barrels that just come out, right in line with the fact of being over impacted or heavier impacted than the original Old Granddads that we're used to, right? That lends toward my palate. I love those darker flavors that we get from those higher char type barrels sometimes. And I feel like this one is a good representation of a step up for Old Grandad. I feel like I need to try several of the other barrels. I only have this one. I've tried a couple others at friends' houses. They've been pretty consistent for me, but they are single barrels. So for the price point, I mean, it's one that I'm definitely going to keep on the shelf, and I hope that they get to the point where they're easier to find, and I hope eventually that Brutally Honest Bourbon can get over there and do a pick of these. Fantastic whiskey. How about the Elijah Craig 15? I was extremely skeptical when this bottle come out because we all remember the Elijah Craig 18, and I think the majority of you guys feel like I do, but that was just like flavored water to me. It was proofed down way too far. And it just really wasn't that enjoyable of a sip. There was nothing memorable about it. Again, single barrel. I've only had this one. So I'd like to try. I'm telling you a lie. I've had three. So Caleb Burnett let me try his first. I think ours were both dumped in February timeframe, February or March. I don't remember. Yeah, this one was February 10th. My birthday is the 6th. So I've been looking for one with February 6th. If you guys see it, please let me know. I'd love to have it. I'm obviously going to drink it, but I just think it'd be cool to have it. But these are fantastic. That is a magnificent bottle, and I'm glad I didn't pass on it based on my reservations because of the Elijah Craig 18. Now, I will say they're much different at 108 proof than your Elijah Craig single barrel proofs. Those are like really heavy hitters, punch you in the teeth with proof. I like them. I'm a fan of those, but I know a lot of you guys were talking smack about those a little while back on Instagram when I was asking what bottle could go. So this is a more approachable version of that, but at 108 proof, the flavor is just, that dial's way up. Like, that is a great bottle. Following suit with that heavier impact, it's going to be the Russell's 13, the 45th. They were nice enough to send me a sample of that over along with the new gold foil. And that new gold foil is not a bottle that I have, but it's certainly a bottle to be discussed. This is a much more heavily oak impacted to its predecessors, right? Last year's wasn't as nearly as over oaked. I say over oaked, but as oaky as this one is. But I really, really like this one, but trying it next to the batch 2, the batch 6, it's really tough, man. It's like splitting hairs. Those things are great. And I keep hearing that batch 1 is the king. I haven't had it yet. I'm looking for it. So if you guys know of anybody that has one of those, they want to trade out, let me know. But Russell's 13, staying in line with what we were talking about on that heavier oak impacted type whiskey, like it just is. Next up, I'll toot our horn a little bit, but it's really paying homage to the brand. The single barrel that we picked at Detling. So this was barrel 685, only 53 months. And it was at the time the highest proof to come out of there. So I have seen that there's some people up in Maryland or up in that area that picked one that was a little higher proof. Staying in line with that, the newest Detling rye that just come out. And I know a lot of us are salty because we can't get these, but I think a lot of people that used to couldn't get these are getting them now. Look at that. It's like used motor oil out of an old Ford Bronco. Fantastic whiskey. That's a $300 bottle. I'm a homer. My opinion doesn't matter. I know it. My opinion, that whiskey's worth it because I know what Seth does to care for that whiskey, to watch it throughout the process, and to make sure that it gets enough attention, but it doesn't get too much attention from the barrel and it's not favorable. My favorite American light whiskey. Now, we'll talk about this. I don't know if you guys want to still consider this American light whiskey or not. My buddy Joey over at Old Cypress is doing something really special. And this is by far my favorite American light whiskey yet. So it's a 21 year, 142 proof. And what he does is, and it's a 99.1 like most of them are. But what Joey's doing is he has some barrels that were specifically done for him, the wood type, the char, and then he double oaks a lot of his whiskeys in those, right, to give it his own signature. And he absolutely did that with this bottle. This is a fantastic bottle. If you like American light whiskey, but you prefer something with a little darker impact, sticking along with this theme, this one hits home with that. Obviously, we can't go without talking about the Jack Daniel's small batches, right? Now, I know a lot of you guys are talking Fire Brigade. This is the Boiler Hill too. I think that is a fantastic whiskey. I don't think Jack Daniel's misses with their ryes. For me, they don't. Stay in suit with that. We'll talk about that newest distilleries release that just come out. This is at Series 17, 138 proof, 10-year Tennessee whiskey that I could have easily mistaken that for rye when it come out. It is fantastic. My boy Crittenden. Matt is doing some crazy good stuff. I'm not typically a fan of Matt's wheaters, but this is an 8-year white wheat that I feel some kind of way about. This thing is absolutely delicious, and it's available on our website. But that is a delicious wheat whiskey. Doesn't have any of that earthy, grass, weedy, rustic funk to it. It doesn't have that. Very clean sipper, very bold to be a wheater. When I say bold, it's got the heavier, darker flavors that I like. It doesn't drink like a honey type of a wheat whiskey, right? We'll stay suit with Matt. And this Armagnac is a new one. It's also available over at Brutally Honest One. But this thing right here is a flavor bomb. It's a roller coaster. And it's super affordable. Every year, I think since batch 3, these have hit for me. So this is batch 5 of the A. Smith Bowman 10-year. Drank it side by side with number 4, batch 4 from last year, that we did consider in the whiskey of the year. Absolutely love batch 3, love batch 4. I like this a lot more, and it leans straight to that profile that we keep talking about. It's got more oak impact on it. It's got more character. It's got more depth. Like, it's not really like punch you in the teeth with ethanol and proof. It's super flavorful. Definitely one to be considered. And last but not least, so far, this is going to be my whiskey of the year. But, I mean, we'll do a true blind come the end of the year, and we'll see where we land. But for right now, the Heaven Hill 22. No shocker to you guys. But, again, when you drink this next to a Heaven Hill 17, it's got a lot more oak impact on it. The 18 was that way as well. It had a lot of oak impact on it. William Heaven Hill 19, a lot of oak impact on that one. Absolutely crushed that bottle. It was fantastic. But as of right now, for a 22-year whiskey and 129 proof with their quintessential mash bill, this one's home run for me. Like, it is so good. Obviously, you can tell I like it, and I've got a couple more in the cabinet because I didn't want to be without them. Last year, Penelope 13, supposedly Heaven Hill source juice, I told you that it drank very similar to 17, and it does. But there again, they both are in line with the amount of barrel impact that they have. So that for sure is going to be one. But we've still got a few months to go. We got a lot of other heavy hitters coming out. And I'm going to tell you, it's not barreled yet. It's not bottled yet. But this Crittenden, barrel 36, man, it is a grand slam out of Crittenden. And when we were talking about it, Matt was like, dude, this was like, I was just learning. Like, do not be super critical of this whiskey. And he took a sip of it before me and started laughing. And right before I took a sip of it, he couldn't hold it in any longer. He said,
this might be better than your original pick.
This will be a 9 year as well. Almost wish that we probably would leave it to a 10, but I don't think we're seeing but about 120 bottles out of these. So 120, 130 bottles. I don't know what we'll get out of this one. It's so good. It smells freaking delicious. The last one that I'll tell you that I've really liked is Little Book, Chapter 10. I've liked all the little books that I've had. This one right here is one that I would probably buy a Brandon Green case of. I have 2 or 3 of them already. The Booker's 24 is another one that I've got 2 or 3 of. So it's along those lines for me as far as the way I enjoy it. The Booker's 2026 batch 1, really, really good whiskey. It's not like blow you away good, but it's really good if you like Booker's. But I'm a Beam fan, and this Booker's Chapter 10 is one that I absolutely love. So hope that that's helped you guys out some. Leave me some notes in the comment. Did I miss something? Was there something that maybe you know that I've had that I probably should have stated that I didn't? A lot of these are accessible and affordable. And then again, some of them are pretty expensive, right? So I get it. Some of us don't agree to pay that kind of money for whiskey, and no shame in that. I admit that I'm an idiot for what I pay for some of this whiskey. So I really like it, and hoping for a bottle of that Gold Foil before it's over with. I still haven't found one of those other than secondary, and I do not agree to pay that price for it. That's my thoughts on this. I hope all this has helped you out, guys. Like I said, leave those comments. Let's chat about it a little bit. And until the next time, I don't even have a whiskey here. And until the next time, guys, let the whiskey and the friendships flow. Cheers. That's just damn good whiskey.